In this video you will witness an extremely ambitious and risky hero call. Is Wiktor out of his mind making this call, or is this actually a reasonable play? Hi, this is Praios and I'm a professional gambler. Today I want to bring you another nosebleeds hand analysis. This hand was played on GG Poker on blinds of 500, 1k, 2k, and our main character will again be Wiktor limitless Malinowski. He will make a huge hero call in the hand that is to come, and we will try to determine if he was right making this call. By the way, if you enjoy this sort of content, please make sure to hit the like button to keep me motivated and to help me grow the channel. As this is out of the way, let's now jump into the hand. It's folded to Crazytrader on the button, who decides to come in for a raise. Wiktor Malinowski decides to 3-bet a speculative hand 8-9 suited. This play is fine, as he will get the pot heads up most of the time against the mark of the table. In addition to that, he will also generate some fold equity, and he might be able to take down the pot pre-flop, which is also a good result if you are just holding a suited connector. This time Wiktor isn't able to take it down pre-flop, and we see a flop, which is 5-9 queen with 2 spades, giving the Polish poker pro middle pair and a backdoor straight draw. He decides to make a small continuation bet. After a few seconds of tanking, Crazytrader decides to shove, making it a huge raise. Please let me know what you would do. Are you calling or are you folding with 8-9? If you comment, please make sure to do it before you watch to the end. If you want to get better in poker, you have to analyze tough spots like this one. On first glance, this looks like a clear fold, but if you think more about it, you might come to the conclusion that you should call, because his line looks exactly like a draw, which doesn't want to get called and which is trying to maximize fold equity. If this is true, we definitely would have enough equity and we should snap him off. The problem is, if Crazytrader is playing mate hands like this too, we will be crushed very hard. If he can have hands like Queen 9 or a set, we might be almost drawing that. As we cannot solve the problem by just thinking about it, we have to get an equulator into play, trying to determine a reasonable range for Crazytrader. Looking at his VPIP, this session he seems to play a relative solid pre-flop strategy. On all 4 tables which were played simultaneous, his VPIP is between 20 and 32. Based on that, we will assume that he isn't opening the button too wide. Let's say he's opening 50% and folding a bit less than half of his hands to Malinowski's 3-bet, continuing with about 60% of his hands. This is how 50% are supposed to look like according to Pro Poker Tools. I would make some small adjustments to this range, removing some weak king X and adding some more suited connectors and one-gappers and off-suited connectors instead of the kings. Let's now figure out how his continuing range looks according to Pro Poker Tools. Here we again need to make some adjustments, like removing ace-king, as he will 4-bet always, and also removing some pocket pairs that never will get slow played. Let's say, for simplicity's sake, ace-ace gets slow played and all the other pocket pairs, the big ones, kings, queens and jacks, will always shove. And yeah, this shouldn't hurt the analysis too much, and yeah, makes the whole thing a bit easier. As we now got the pre-flop continuing range, let's now focus on the flop situation. As we don't have any reads on Crazytrader, we will work out some scenarios and see how good our hand is performing against Villain's potential ranges. Let's first calculate how much equity we need to have a profitable call. This is about 41%. The best case scenario would be if he just is playing his draws like this. In this case, we got a clear call. If we are up against a draw, we are flipping, but we only need 41% equity, as already mentioned, to be profitable. So we make money in this scenario. Let's now come up with a middling scenario in which he shoves his top pairs, his top 2 and his slow played aces. If he plays like this, we are bleeding money away because we have way less equity as against his draws only. In the worst case scenario in which he shoves all his mate hands and draws, we are completely toast too. Even if we assume that he is just shoving his draws, king, queen and aces, our play is already slightly minus EV. Having run the numbers, I have to say that this is a clear fold in my eyes, unless we got the strong read that he's only doing this with his drawing hands. Let's see what Wiktor does. Actually, we already know, because I already spoiled what he will do. He tanks and finally makes a call. Unfortunately, he's just having 5 outs. He runs into top pair and needs to make either his backdoor straight or 2 pair or trips. It might be the case that he mixed up Crazytrader and Trader. I know that Bill Perkins loves these overbets with his draws, but his nick is Trader and not Crazytrader, although he's crazy too. They run it twice and Wiktor gets lucky. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to not miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, bye.